Emerging trend in the region, I particularly talk about the South Asian region where I come from, and the emerging trend is, every country just want to attain the middle income status by 2030 or well before that one. For example, Bangladesh wants to attain that by 2021, Nepal wants to attain by 2022 and 2030 and so. And then again, almost all countries are also trying to achieve, and they are planning for the attaining all SDGs by then. And for us also, we are just trying to design our programs in a way that we just achieve all SDGs and to upgrade ourselves in the middle income countries and so. There are a couple of challenges even to catch up those trends in the region. The number one is our region, the South Asia anyway, is the home for a quarter of the total ports in the world and so. And then again, to overcome all those type of poverty. The poverty again, not only the absolute poor, there are a lot of people who are living well below this ultra poor poverty line or even the extreme poverty and so. So bringing them above the poverty line and even eradicating the extreme poverty is a very, very big challenge. The number two is again eradicating the poverty is one thing, but again the reducing the inequality at large is very, very, very difficult. Not only in the within the country, but within the region and intra-country and inter-country level, this is very, very much challenging. The third one is most of our South Asia is vulnerable to climate change. And if you just recall the last week's, the huge flood in Nepal, and which claimed more than 100 lives and so, and that had the impact in the northern border of India also. Again, there were also, the human casualty of more than 100 people and all these things. So this type of things happen so often in Nepal. Bangladesh, always, during monsoon and during rainy season, they are flooded everywhere. And in Nepal, the reoccurrence of this flood and landslides and everything is that right. And again, we are prone to the earthquake. So, this type of vulnerability is very common in our region. That's why to overcome those vulnerability is also a problem, a challenge actually. And the fourth thing is about the adapting the new technology to mitigate and to fight with all these the challenges and all that. They are also in a greater challenging mode and so. For example, why I'm talking about this, adopting the new technology is not that big job and so, but again sustaining it and to accommodate those things into the national system, and then the providing the larger benefits and the getting a kind of synergy out of all this intervention is very much crucial. The fifth and most important thing is again the financial resources. And in the public sector, how do you provide the financing? And again, in the private sector, how do you leverage the private sector in terms of the adopting all these things in the country level and so. And that is also common to all the regions in here. And what I personally and probably in Nepal, what I think that Nepal's hydropower can be beneficial to other countries for getting the energy security and all these things. And maybe India's some of the interventions in other areas like in industrialization and maybe in IT development also, that could be the best replicated in other countries and so. Bangladesh intervention, they are coming up very nicely in the industrialization and all this, and even in the infrastructure development and so. So that can be learned everywhere, and that could be a kind of possible challenge over there. UNDP is, the UNDP has twofold benefits actually. The number one is it's the trusted organization everywhere, and it was probably probably the most trusted one because it was established well after the Second World War, and it has the wider network everywhere. And not only this, UNDP as a whole, the UN system as a whole has some kind of credibility and so. And then again, it is not a donor like other multilaterals or bilaterals and something like that. This is somewhere between the government and the development partners or the donors. So which can also, they convince the donors and then, they implement the programs at the country level. Again, the UNDP has to go into the very, very lower level also, in the bottom level. But by saying this, I'm not saying that the UNDP has to do everything, but it has to align its program to the national priorities, and then it can just leverage and it can help those things to bring to the local level and all.